Hello, I am Tracy, Grief Support Manager at FAIRHOPE Hospice and Palliative Care. And I wondered, do you know that in addition to supporting grieving adults, here at FAIRHOPE we also support grieving children? And we do that through our program called the PALS for Grieving Children. And that program is designed to help children feel peace, acceptance, love, and support after the death of a loved one. In working with the children, we have been able to do this program for over 6 years, and we have been very blessed to have over 1,000 children trust us with their hurting hearts. And what we like to do today is I want to tell you some key tips that I've learned along the way. And most of what I'm going to share with you, you can also find on our website, and that is at fairhopehospice.org. And on that website, under Grief Resources, you will find the top 10 tips for grieving children, along with grief reactions by ages. And so today I want to go over 5 of those 10 tips with you. The first one is, no one ever wants to see a child hurt. Seeing a child with tears melts our hearts, and we want to do everything that we can to dry those tears. But I'm actually going to have you think a little differently here. I want you to realize that you can't fix their grief. You can't do the grieving for the children in your care. What you can do is support them. Children need to know that it is okay to cry after a loved one has died. It's okay to even be mad as long as they don't hurt anyone, anything, or themselves. One of the children I worked with actually came up with a word that I love, and it's called the word SMAD. I always tell the kids, don't use it on paper in the classroom because it's not a real word. But SMAD talks about that sad and that mad that kids feel. What you want to do as an adult and a caregiver is help them to understand how to process the sadness, the madness, the smadness. And the way that you can do that is, one, be very truthful with them. Children often look at new situations like a piece of Swiss cheese. Let me explain that for you. Swiss cheese has holes in it. When you come up on a new situation where a loved one has a terminal condition or they have died unexpectedly, there are a lot of unknowns. Those become the holes in your child's life. And what they want to do is fill the holes. So if you don't give them truthful information that they can understand at their age, they're going to fill it in with the wrong information. So tell them what has happened. On some situations, you may not have to give all the details, but you need to tell them the truth. Now, if you say to me, Tracy, I'm not sure that I want to tell them all that, I have another caution for you. As a caregiver, as a parent, even as an educator, children need to know that they can trust you. If they find that they can't trust you with the big details of a loved one's death, then they aren't going to come and trust you with the smaller things when time goes on. So this actually becomes a trust lesson for all of the adults working with children. So you need to let them know that a loved one has died, that there's been an accident, there's been a heart attack, and of course we know that there are some tragic situations that happen. And some of those, I always tell people, our loved ones' brains may not have been working in the way that they should. And the situation has happened and now they have died. You need to be honest with the kids. The other piece that I want you to know is we always use the words meltdown or breakdown when we have those tears. Well, in the grief world, we actually say tears are just an outward sign of love. So we encourage to use a term that Dr. Alan Wolfelt created, and it's called grief burst, a burst of grief that comes out of nowhere. I like that because if you say you're having a meltdown or a breakdown, it sounds like you've done something wrong. If you're talking to children, if you have meltdowns or breakdowns, guess what happens at school? You get a timeout. You spend the time on the wall at recess. You lose privileges. You don't want grief to be viewed as a punishment. You want to support them. You want them to accept that it's okay to have the grief burst. The grief bursts are the outward signs of that sad, the mad, or the smad. The other question that I get asked a lot is, should I take children to a funeral? Should I take them to calling hours? Again, as a caregiver, as a parent, educator, anybody where you have some role in helping to guide children, children in their lifetime will attend a funeral at some point. So when is the best time for them to learn how to do that? When they're in your care, when they know that they can go with you. If you're not sure that your child can handle all of a lengthy funeral, take them to the family calling hours. Explain to them what they're going to see. Explain what will happen in the funeral home. Let them be prepared for what's going on so that they have an awareness that life has ended. They also need to then know how they can connect with other people that are present And I think it's very important. Remember that Swiss cheese I was talking about? If you don't help them fill in the gaps of what the funeral was like, they're always going to wonder about it. So, you can expose it to them on small doses. If you have a child that needs to be there for a lengthy time because grandma or grandpa has died, always have a go-to person that they can help with if you're busy. So that person can help take them to another activity or walk with them outside. Give them some avenues that they can be present, but they don't have to be fully engaged 100% of the time. Again, my big message is, again, you can't fix their grief, but you can support it. Be present for them. Let them know that they can come to you with their pain. If you show them the way that they can release that pain in a positive manner, our hope here at FAIRHOPE and through our Pals for Grieving Children program is children won't find other outlets to mask that pain. And we don't want them to do anything that would be self-destructive or to develop self-destructive habits. So again, here at FAIRHOPE, we truly believe in the idea of celebrating life, and we are here to be a support to you. And you can reach us at 740-654-7077.